Let's look at how we can apply default settings to printers under Mac OS X. Here I've installed a Canon Image Runner color device using the print and scan panel. As you can see, under options and supplies, we're able to configure the options that are available on the printer, but there's nothing in this user interface that allows us to apply any default settings. So let's open a Word document and look at the default settings as they are applied when the driver is installed. I'm just going to leave this on default settings and let's look at finishing. Here you can see the default value is two-sided printing and it's going to print colour. Now let's suppose we want that set to single-sided and mono by default, forcing the user to select colour or duplex. For this we need to get to the CUPS system administration, which can be accessed via a web interface. So we'll type in http://localhost:631 and that takes us to the CUPS web interface where we can change settings for printers and monitor printers and do all sorts of things. There's a load of tabs along the top. Let's look at the printers tab and we can see all the printers that I've got installed on my machine. Looking at the Image Runner color device that I installed, I can do things like print a test page or look at the jobs that are in the queue, cancel any jobs. Let's leave that on maintenance and we can set default options here. First of all, we can see the same settings that we saw through the options and supplies. Let's click General and now we can set default values for any of the options for the printer. So working from the top, let's set this to one-sided printing. You'll notice some of these options have got appear twice. That's because some of these options can be applied to a user or the system in general. So I always set these the same. So let's set these to black and white and then click the button at the bottom which actually applies the values that we've specified. Mac OS asks for some authentication. It will only allow a system administrator to perform these changes. So you apply the login credentials and then we should see a message to say it's been successfully applied. All that's left now is to test that. So let's go back to my Word document and we'll go and print this and look to see what default settings have been applied now. So let's look at the finishing first of all, and we can see it's taking our one-sided printing as we requested, and then under quality it's now black and white.